Listen to news updates on Ohanaeze 103.5 FM immediately after Angelus 6 o'clock a.m. And please stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ohanaeze FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that if we are hoping for a new Nigeria,
You can as well listen .com/GistFM.
Good evening and welcome to Abona, the 103.5 FM news update. Today, Monday, the 6th day of March 2023, and the time is a minute past the hour of 6. Martin Ifanjukwekeze is my name. The headlines. Soludo commended for road infrastructure, good governance in Anambra. Elections. Enugu Labour Party replaces slain senatorial candidate with brother. If elected, I will pay every Delta youth 30,000 naira monthly, SDP governorship candidate. Assembly poll. Save me from impeachment, Obaseki begs voters. Consolidates gains of last presidential election, Kalu urges Abia people. United Nations Treaty to protect marine life in high seas. Now, details. Soludo commended for road infrastructure, good governance in Anambra. Members of the Sofia community in Agwata local government area of Anambra State have commended the Anambra State Governor, Chukwuma Soludo, for numerous road construction in all parts of the state. The community, which is also the home community of the governor, also commended him for good governance. The President General of Isofia People's Assembly, Chief George Chika Adibia Okeke, who spoke to journalists in Oka, said the massive road construction and reconstruction going on in different parts of Anambra State is a clear indication that Governor Soludo is determined to transform the state. The governor is a man who knows where he is taking Anambra, and he has so far done very well, even within the short period of being in office. The people need to support the governor by voting for APGA or Progressive Grand Alliance candidates in Saturday's election so that he will have a formidable House of Assembly members to work with. The recent recruitment of 5,000 teachers shows that Governor Soludo has achieved a feat that has never been achieved before. The newly employed teachers need to reciprocate the gesture by being alive to their responsibilities. There is no community you will go to today and not find road construction going on. These are the things we need from government, Okeke said. Elections. Enugu Labour Party replaces slain senatorial candidate with brother. Mr. Kelvin Chukwu, younger brother of the late Oyibo Chukwu, has emerged as the Labour Party candidate for the Enugu East Senatorial Zone election slated for March 11th. Oyibo was assassinated on February 22nd, 72 hours before the presidential and national assembly elections along Amechi Abani Road within the Enugu metropolis at about 7:20 p.m. while he was returning from a campaign. Chukwu emerged as the Labour Party senatorial candidate during a by-election primary held on Sunday in Enugu with 223 votes to defeat three other rivals. Those who contested the ticket with him are Mr. Uchenna Obodo, Mr. Chinedu Nneji, and Sir Chinyaka Oha, announcing the primary election results in the presence of two independent National Electoral Commissioner observers on Sunday in Enugu. The Labour Party National Vice Chairman Southeast, Innocent Okeke, said that Chukwu scored 223 votes and his rivals did not score any vote. Okeke therefore declared Chukwu the new flag bearer of the party for the Enugu East Senatorial Zone scheduled for March 11th. Earlier, the Labour Party chairman, Casimir Abo, praised the 231 delegates drawn from the 77 ward in the senatorial district for their resilience and support. Responding, Chukwu promised to fulfill all the dreams of his late brother and make the people of the district proud. He added that the family was yet to recover from how his elder brother was gruesomely shot and burnt alongside his personal aide. If elected, I will pay every Delta youth 30,000 naira monthly, SDP governorship candidate. The Social Democratic Party governorship candidate in Delta State, Chief Kenneth Bagi, has promised to revamp the moribund Asaba textile mill if he is elected governor of the state in the Saturday's election. Bagi gave the promise while addressing a rally attended by pastors from different churches and women groups within the Asaba metropolis on Saturday. He declared that within 1 year of his being in government, we will take Asaba textile mill and restore it back. We will produce all kinds of clothing materials. We will export the clothing materials to other countries. Baggy explained that he will restore the textile firm, employ youths, and keep it running, a development which he said will help boost the economy of Asaba and grow the internally generated revenue of the state government. Speaking further, the SDP governorship candidate said his government will convert part of Isoko lands to a rice producing area while all schools in Delta State will run free of tuition fees from primary to university level. He lamented the present situation of public schools in the state, which he described as very pathetic. We will revamp our school system. Having done that, I won't allow our government officials' children to go to school abroad. We will develop our hospitals to the extent that nobody will fly abroad for medical treatment outside this state, he stated. Baggy also said that on June 1st, 2023, he would pay every Delta youth 30,000 naira monthly, promising to computerize every youth in the state and have a database of all of them. In the same breath, he warned the youth not to let anybody deceive them with their vain promises. Baggy has the solution to the challenges in Delta State, he stated. Assembly poll, save me from impeachment. Obaseki begs voters. The Edo State Governor, Godwin Obaseki, has urged the women of the state to save him from impeachment by voting for the People's Democratic Party (PDP) candidates in the forthcoming March 11th governorship and State House of Assembly elections. Obaseki made the plea over the weekend at a meeting with women from the 12 wards in Oredo, local government of the state, to solicit support for the PDP candidates, represented by his chief of staff, Osagwevo Ihoha. He said his government will sustain reforms and policies to ensure women's empowerment and welfare. He said the APC are planning to disrupt all the good works the governor is doing in Edo State, calling on the people to stop the plan to disrupt the governor and his developmental strides by rejecting APC candidates. He said a vote for the PDP in the House of Assembly elections will help sustain our developmental strides. The election is for Governor Godwin Obaseki to sustain efforts at developing the state and making life more meaningful and better for the Edo people. On his part, the Director General Edo State PDP Campaign Council Chief Osaro Ida appealed to PDP women across the state to mobilize for PDP candidates in the election and ensure they secure their victory in the elections. On voting massively for the presidential candidate of the Labour Party (LP) peterobi last Saturday and urged them to repeat the same fate at this Saturday's governorship election by electing Dr. Alex Oti, the candidate of the Labour Party. In a statement made available to newsmen, Chief Carlo told Abia people not to be dispirited by the outcome of the presidential election, which he noted was a disappointment, received knocks and condemnation from the international community. According to him, no election in the history of Nigeria has ever attracted so much interest and concern to the Nigerian public, including Nigerians in the diaspora, like the 2023 general elections. The enormous and unprecedented interest that this election generated cannot be separated from the dire and pathetic situation in which Nigerians have found themselves in recent times. For all of us who are citizens of Abia and other residents, including those carrying out their businesses in the state, February 25th, 2023 was a defining moment which they had yearned for long. The pattern of voting was not only an indication that Abians have joined other well-meaning Nigerians in checkmating the speedy decline in the socio-economic situation of Nigeria, but equally showed their courage and determination to liberate themselves from the suffocating stranglehold of a cartel that has held them down for more than a decade. Moving forward, Chief Carlo enjoined all Abians to troop out en masse this Saturday to consolidate the gains of February 25th, 2023. The consolidation of the gains, he said, lies only in voting massively for Dr. Alex Oti and all Labour Party candidates, he declared. Now we move over to the foreign scene. United Nations Treaty to protect marine life in high seas. For the first time, United Nations members have agreed on a unified treaty to protect biodiversity in the high seas, nearly half the planet's surface, concluding 2 weeks of talks in New York. The UN Convention on the Law of Sea came into force in 1994 before marine biodiversity was a well-established concept. An updated framework to protect marine life in the regions outside national boundary waters, known as the high seas, had been in discussion for more than 20 years, but previous efforts to reach an agreement had repeatedly stalled. The Unified Agreement Treaty was reached late on Saturday. We only really have two major global commons, the atmosphere and the ocean, said Georgetown marine biologist Rebecca Helm. While the ocean may draw less attention, protecting this half of Earth's surface is absolutely critical to the health of our planet. Nicola Clark, an ocean expert at the Pew Charitable Trust who observed the talks in New York, said, "This is once in a generation opportunity to protect the oceans, a major win for biodiversity." The treaty will create a new body to manage the conservation of ocean life and establish marine protected areas in the high seas. Clark said that critical to achieve the UN Biodiversity Conference's recent pledge to protect 30% of the planet's water as well as its land for conservation. The treaty also establishes ground rules for conducting environmental impact assessment for commercial activities in the ocean. It means all activities planned for the high sea needs to be looked at, though not all will go through a full assessment, said Jessica Battle, an oceans governance expert at the Worldwide Fund for Nature. Many marine species, including dolphins, whales, sea turtles, and many fish, make long annual migrations, crossing national borders and the high seas. Efforts to protect them from have previously been hampered by a confusing patchwork of laws. This treaty will help to knit together the different regional treaties to be able to address the threats and concerns across species ranges, said Battle. This is where we draw the curtains on news updates on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. But before we leave, a quick look at the headlines. Consolidate gains of last presidential election. Carlo urges UN treaty to protect marine life in high seas. You just listened to news update on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. News produced and read by Martin Ifeanyi Ekeze. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
Listen to news updates on Ebona, the 103.5 FM immediately after Angeles, 6 o'clock a.m. and the 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebona, the FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that if we are looking for a new Nigeria,
You can as well listen online via mixlr.com/GistFM. Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at Ebona, the 103.5 FM with Martin Ifeanyi every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to Ebona at 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/GistFM every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a base.
I got an announcement to make.
are you looking for a way to tell the world about your products and services? Search no more. Come to Ebona FM 103.5 Ogidi, Anambra State. Let's tell the world at large about that your services and products, and you watch your business speed up with an unimaginable speed. As it is hot, Ebona